In this video, I'm going to show you how to write the equation of a parabola in vertex form. Now, the reason we're writing this in vertex form is because this is for people who have yet to learn about factoring and to learn about zeros of a polynomial and how to use that to write the equation. So this is the form we're going to use. This is vertex form, y equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k. So if you know anything about vertex form, the nice thing about it is that we know that the vertex of our graph is the point hk. So it's very easy to write the equation of a parabola from the graph in vertex form because, well, all I have to find is a, h, and k. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is find the parabola because that gives me both h and k. So we look at our graph, and so the highest point on our graph, well in this case, or the turning point, is our vertex. So that's our vertex right there. We look for the highest point, or we look for the turning point, however you want to describe it. And in this case, it looks like our vertex is at the point 4, 12. So I'm going to write that down. That is the point 4, 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in 4 for h, 12 for k. So that gives me this, y equals a times x minus 4 quantity squared plus 12. Well, I found h and k. All I have left to do is find this a value. Now finding the a value isn't too difficult when I have the graph. So what I'm going to do now that I have the graph is I'm going to find one point. And we generally want to find a point that's on one of these cross sections. So I know that it is a whole number. Well, to make calculations easy, I'm going to use this point right here. This is the point 0, 4. And we can see that it's obviously on the graph because it goes to the y-axis and this little cross section here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in 0 for x, 4 for y, and then use that to solve for a. So let's give that a go. So that gives me 4 equals a times 0 minus 4 squared plus 12. Alrighty then, let's go ahead and solve this using our order of operations first. So let's see, we have 4 equals, this would be a times negative 4 squared plus 12. Well, negative 4 squared is just 16. So this gives me 4 equals 16a plus 12. So right now, all we do is we solve this like we would any other linear equation. So let's see, I've got a plus 12 here, so I'm going to undo that by subtracting 12 from both sides. So that gives me negative 8 equals 16a. Then I'm going to finish that off by dividing both sides by 16, undoing this multiplication. So this gives me negative 1/2 equals a. And negative 1/2 comes just from simplifying negative 8 over 16. So all I have to do to finish writing the equation in vertex form is simply to put a in this equation. So that gives me y equals negative 1/2 times x minus 4 squared plus 12. So that's just a brief tutorial on how to write the equation of a parabola in vertex form given a graph. We first find the vertex, plug that into our equation, then we choose a point. We'll find a point on our parabola that generally is whole numbers, so we don't have to approximate, so 0, 4. Plug that in for x, plug that in for y, then solve for a, and put it all together in one nice little package.